Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another brand new life story, where today it is actually my birthday as I'm recording this, so happy birthday to me, I guess. But since I'm at uni, not too much is going to be going down. I might go out for some drinks later and, just chill out, see some friends, stuff like that. Well, my friends that are actually in this city, because obviously most of my friends are back home because they didn't go to uni, but I'll see those at the weekend, so that should be a fairly interesting weekend for me, because I've got on Friday night I'm going clubbing with my friends, and then on Saturday night I've got like a family party sort of thing, and that's when I'll get the presents, I guess you could say, even though I don't really get presents anymore. I just ask for money, to be honest with you. But I did actually get one present this morning, and that was off my mum and dad. They had it shipped to my flat, and that is it's like a selection box, like an adult selection box. And before you begin, no, it is not like sex toys or something like that. When I say adult selection box, I mean beer. So, what will make a real adult man very happy is a lot of beer for his birthday. So I got kind of like a selection box of beer, and it's actually really cool. I'm going to give that a try maybe tonight when I get in, if I just want another beer after I've been out drinking and stuff like that. But anyway, welcome back to another life story, and I know these are coming out a lot more frequently now. We had the smoking weed in the Yorkshire Dales story not too long ago. I think it was literally like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And then I think there was one that came out slightly before that. I don't want to check any of this stuff because, I have no idea. And I don't want to be, faffing about getting fucking things up. But anyway, welcome to the story. Today is going to be a relatively interesting story. And I think this is probably going to be my most favourite story we have told on the channel thus far. So, this is the time I was high on my own birthday party. This is going to be pretty fucking interesting. I think this story takes place, I just turned 17 as this had happened. So, this is a story from exactly 3 years ago now that I'm 20. Good God, I'm fucking old. So, as I said, this story takes place on October 19th, 3 years ago, so that would have been 2019, and obviously it was my birthday party. I had people coming over, and when I have my family parties, we tend to invite Calvin and his family. So Calvin rocks up at my house with his mum and dad, and he says like, "What's up, man?" What's all that good stuff, and we get into it. We go upstairs and start playing Xbox. I think we jumped on some like Halo or something. We were sat there kind of like just playing some Halo, and he's like, "Yo, I've got you a birthday present, Quinton." And I'm like, "Yeah, what'd you get me?" And he's like, "I got you a 10 bag. And I was like, "Yeah, fucking get in, bro." So Calvin busts out this 10 bag, he shows me, and it's some proper good shit. I can't exactly remember what strain it is, but it was some like proper fucking good shit. So he says, "Yo, do you want to go and smoke this in a bit?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hell fucking yeah, why wouldn't I?" And we agreed that when my cousin gets here, we'd go kind of sneak out of the party. I say sneak out, we'd tell my parents where we're going, but not properly. We'd say like, "Oh yeah, we're going to Co-op," or something like that, when we're actually just running off down some random lane. But yeah, my cousin arrives. We're going to give my cousin a name, obviously. Let's call him Ginger. Calvin and Ginger both rendezvous in the room. Like these two have met before, and they seem to get on quite well. So basically I show Ginger the 10 bag, obviously. I'm like, "Yo, we're gonna go smoke this, do you want in?" And he says, "Nah, but I'll come with you." And my brother's like, "Can I come too?" And obviously my brother is 14, 15 at this point. So I said, "Yeah, you can come, but, we're not going to give you any because you are far too young for that." I say that. I think I started smoking weed when I was 16. I started when I was 16, and then I kind of stopped for a bit while I was 16, just before I turned 17. And when I turned 17, I started smoking again, and then I smoked till I was probably about 19, really early into my 19 year of life. And yeah, so basically I just said "Oh, you're too young to smoke, but you can definitely come with us." And we basically, all four of us go downstairs and we go to our parents, so Calvin's parents, my parents, and obviously Ginger's parents, well, my auntie and uncle. So we basically just say, "Yeah, we're gonna go up to Co-op and then maybe go up to the park afterwards and just chill out for a bit." And my dad's like, yeah, that's fine, just don't be drinking. because I was drinking at home. I would have been 17, which isn't technically legal age to drink in this country, but my dad had given me a few ciders and stuff, and that's all I drank at this time. Like, I drink beer largely now, and then if it's like a spirit, I'll usually drink rum. But back then, my drink of choice would have definitely been cider, and I literally just say to my dad, we're not taking any ciders, we're literally just going up for a bit of a wander around to like chill out with my cousin and obviously Calvin, and like just all have a bit of a laugh. And my dad's like, yeah, that's fine, just be back before we do the cake, which I don't know why they said do the cake, to be honest with you, because we didn't have any. We literally just, fucking had donuts, which I love. Like, I prefer donuts over cakes for my birthday. So we just kind of like, yeah, no, we'll be back later. We'll be back for like, the happy birthday and stuff. And we sneak out basically. So we actually decide to go down the estate near my house, which is like literally like a 5-minute walk, if that. And we literally just nip down there and we go into this little car park that's like boxed off in its own little way, and we sit on the floor, me, Ginger, my brother and Calvin, and we start rolling. Well, I say we start rolling, Calvin starts rolling because he's the only one of us that could actually roll, and my cousin and my brother are just having a bit of a laugh with us. We're just like chatting. Despite what my dad said, we did sneak like a cider out of the house each, and we're just kind of like drinking that, like the remnants of what we had, because there wasn't too much left at this point in time. So we just finished our cider just as the spliff just happens to be, finished. And obviously me and Calvin smoke up, do all that good shit. Like, basically between me and Calvin, there is literally half a spliff each, and we're there just like kind of, how would you even put it, just like smoking this shit. And eventually we just finish it and we start walking back, and we decide, you know what, instead of going home, let's nip to Calvin's and get the vape. So I didn't actually vape at this time. Obviously, no, I probably did, but I just didn't vape a lot. I used to vape like 0mg, which is what this vape was at the time. And so we nipped to Calvin's, which Calvin literally lives like 10 minutes up the road from me. So we walk up to Calvin's, we get to his house and we go in. Calvin uses his key to get in and go and get the vape and some snacks and stuff like that to, just take home. And at this point, me and Calvin are a bit fucked. Let's just try and put it that way. We're literally high as fuck, and my cousin's just like staring at me, laughing his head off, like thinking it's so funny seeing me high. Because I don't think at this point he'd ever seen that yet. He's seen it a good few times since then, but he's not really seen that at this point. And he's kind of just like laughing when I space out and stuff, because it was some fucking strong shit, this weed, not gonna lie. Like, I don't know what strain it is, as I've already said, but it was some good shit. It wasn't quite Cali grade, which I do have a story about that, which was actually really funny, and in my opinion, like, at the time, it was scary as fuck, because if you don't know when you get high, you can get a little bit paranoid, and that's what that story entails, which I'll probably tell at some point, but I have a few more weed stories lined up for you guys, so if you guys want to see them, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, we basically grab this vape and we start chonging on it, and vaping feels so weird when you're really high, in my opinion. Like, it feels like you can actually feel the smoke go down your throat. It's so fucking weird. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. If you guys vape and obviously smoke weed and usually do it when you're high, you'll know what I'm talking about. But honestly, other than that, it was literally just like the weirdest fucking experience I've ever had in my life. But as we're just like locking up Calvin's house, we get a call from my cousin, and this is Ginger's older sister, and he said, oh yeah guys, we're about to do the cake, so you might want to come back. And my cousin replied like, yeah, we'll be back in like 10 minutes. And then I like turned around and I'm like, what the fuck, I'm gonna have to sit there while they're fucking singing happy birthday to me high as fuck, and hope that they don't realize that I'm off my fucking tits. But basically they ring us, they're telling us to come back, and I didn't really think this through, that now I think of it. I went and smoked when we had to be back within like 40 minutes, so yeah, that wasn't very intelligent on my behalf. But me and Calvin are just kind of like, they're like, oh fuck, we need to go. We bring the vape back with us, so we like running back home at this point. Me and Calvin are like high as fuck, and we're like laughing all the way, like skipping almost, which is a bit gay, but we're just kind of like having the absolute time of our lives on the walk home. And then I tell him, like, Calvin, you do realise we're going to have to sing happy birthday to me while I'm high as fuck, and I'm gonna think it's the funniest experience and the most awkward thing possible. And he just starts laughing like, oh, sucks to be you, bro. You're gonna fucking fuck this shit up. They're gonna know. And I'm like, nah, they're not gonna know. I know what I'm doing. I'm very good at hiding it from my parents, which at this point I was actually really good at hiding being high. And when they realized, I just say, oh, I'm drunk, and they'll be fine with it. As long as it's not weed, then my parents are very happy about that. As long as I'm just drunk, I'm like, oh, I'm just a bit drunk, which I have used that excuse multiple times. But basically, as my cousin's on the phone, this is one funny thing to mention. She goes as a joke, like, oh, you better not be smoking weed, which me and Calvin just looked at each other at this point, and we just started dying laughing, because obviously that she meant it as a joke, but we were actually doing that, and I just find that really hilarious in my own personal opinion right there. But yeah, we get home, we rejoin the party, all of my family here, like my nana and granddad are sat in the corner, my cousins, obviously my cousin's older sister, Ginger himself, and Calvin and my brother are all sat behind like the breakfast bar we have, well, stood behind it, and they're just kind of like chuckling to themselves as they see me like walk in, like really fucking, I look high as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, looking at myself in the mirror before I went in, I looked high as fuck, and I was just kind of like stood there looking really dopey, like kind of slouched over, like just kind of like wiggling my head about, just like, yeah, this is fucking, oh, what the fuck is going on? But basically we get in, and like we all take our places and stuff like that, and everyone goes like the 1, 2, 3, happy birthday to you, and they start singing happy birthday. Like Calvin's just like dying in the corner, like absolutely dying laughing. Ginger is as well, and my brother's just looking at me like, what the fuck is he doing? And I'm stood there, and I'd give this face to Calvin, like I turn round and look at Calvin, and I give this like really fucking weird smile, and Calvin just bursts out laughing. Like it's the most fucking awkward shit ever. Like everyone was just not even bothered though. They just thought we were a bit drunk, and they just thought it was hilarious that Calvin started laughing. And yeah, basically they don't even like really acknowledge that shit, even though Calvin's literally in hysterics in the corner. He literally walks out of the room at one point just because he cannot fucking stop laughing. But yeah, as the happy birthday is finishing, they're going the hip hip hooray, and it is just like, for me, I am like, what the fuck am I even doing at this point? Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Smoking weed just before this, like, it was a fucking stupid idea. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is for the story. We went back upstairs, I led on my brother's bed, and I just stared at the ceiling and went, well, that was fucking brilliant, wasn't it? And everyone just thought it was absolutely hilarious. Like, bro, you look so fucked. It was hilarious. Like, you literally just, like, gave this fucking creepy, weird-ass smile to Calvin, and he could not even take it. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for the story today. Moral of the story, don't fucking smoke weed at your own party, especially when they have to sing happy birthday to you, because that is not going to end well. So, moral of the story, just stick to alcohol, kids. Alcohol is good. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this story. I know it is my birthday as we are recording this, so it's very current and like kind of an interesting memory that I thought I'd share with you guys today. I have told this story before on my Cosmicctf channel. If you want to go and watch the original video, I don't really recommend it because it's a bit of a shit video, not gonna lie. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. I am going to go and enjoy the rest of my birthday, so please do leave a like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you never miss a single video, or alternatively, you can join the Discord server as a link down below. But anyway, this has been QuinntonTV, and I'll see you all in the next one.